Good morning, students. Today we will discuss the 15th April current affairs questions from Insights. So let's start the class. So let's analyze the first question. Consider the following statements regarding the Startup India Fund of Funds 2.0. And there are four statements, and we have to analyze which of them are correct. So only one, only two, only three, and all the four. So we can conclude that any of the one statement should be correct here. And let's read the first statement. It functions as a direct investment vehicle where the DPIIT invests directly in the equity of deep tech startups. Okay, no idea. We will skip to the second one. The fund is designed to act as a cornerstone investor to catalyze and mobilize private venture capital into the domestic ecosystem. See, this is what happens in India now. We are mobilizing the private venture capital into our domestic ecosystem, so then only India can develop. So this can be a true statement. So third one, the corpus of the FIF 2.0 is managed across the cycles of the 16th and 17th finance commissions. See, the number should always be wrong. Mostly it should be wrong, but we will keep this and we will analyze the fourth statement. The only those entities recognized as startups by the central government are eligible for investment under this framework. Startup India Fund of Funds. So only those entities recognized as startups by the central government are eligible for investment under these. So this looks an extreme statement. Only those entities recognized by central government. So what if state government recognizes them as startup? Won't they get into this scheme? So this can be wrong. Fourth statement can be wrong here. So we can avoid fourth one, and second is right, and third one, this number, there is a problem with the number, always a problem with the number in UPSC, and it functions as a direct investment vehicle where the DPIT invests directly in the equity of deep tech startups. So if DPIIT invests directly, then what is the use of mobilizing private venture capital? So 1 should be wrong, 4 should be wrong, and 3, this number is only doubtful here. That's why we are taking 3 as wrong. So we are marking only 1 as the answer here. Okay. So moving to the second question, there are 2 statements and we have to analyze which of the following conditions are correct with respect to above statements. So reading the options, both statement 1 and 2 are correct and 2 is the correct explanation of 1. Both statements 1 and 2 are again correct, but 2 is not the correct explanation of 1. 1 is correct, 2 is incorrect, 1 is incorrect, 2 is correct. So any of the 2 statements must be correct. Let's read it now. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar is often regarded as the primary architect of Indian Constitution, yes, and a pioneer of affirmative action in India. Yes, this is right. He is often regarded as a primary architect of Indian Constitution. Yes, always remember. And the pioneer of affirmative action in India, that is not sure, but this must follow it. This architect of Indian Constitution should follow this affirmative action. So the second statement, as the chairman of the drafting committee, he successfully advocated for the inclusion of Article 17 to abolish untouchability and harmonize diverse perspective to ensure social safeguards. So this is why the affirmative action gains importance. Why Article 17? Because they abolished untouchability and harmonized diverse perspective of social safeguards. So there is no looking back. A is the answer here. And third one, with reference to the Safe Her program, consider the following statements. Again, 3 statements are given. You have to check which of them are correct. And let's read the options now. Both statement 2 and 3 are correct, and both of them explain statement 1. Both 2 and 3 are correct, but only one of them explains statement 1. Both 2 and 3 are correct, but only one of them explains statement 1. Repeat. Be repeated again. It's a error. So we will skip this question and we will not answer this question now. We will delete this question from today's session and we will answer the 6th question of insights instead of this question. So now let's move on to the 4th one. Regarding the windfall tax in energy sector, consider the following statements. There are 3 statements. Again, the options are always difficult like this. One only 2, all 3 and none. We have to analyze which of them are correct with respect to windfall tax. So it is a permanent corporate tax levy designed to stabilize the fiscal deficit during the periods of domestic economic recession. It is not that. Windfall tax is different. Windfall tax is situational, it is not permanent. The second statement, tax is typically adjusted on the fortnightly basis to account for the fluctuations in the international crude oil prices and refinery margins. This should be correct. This should be correct. This is adjusted, it is not permanent. On a fortnightly basis. So it is adjusted on a fortnightly basis, not permanent. In India, it is implemented primarily as a special additional excise duty on the export of fuels like diesel and air turbine fuel, ATF. So which of them are correct? It is primarily as a special excise duty. Yes. Windfall tax is a special excise duty on the export of fuels like diesel and ATF. So what about petrol? So I think this is not right. Okay, so crude oil, petrol, if it is crude oil, petrol finds a great place there, right? So how can you neglect petrol here? That's my only doubt here. So I am answering it as A. Only one is correct. So the 5th question, with reference to exercise dust leak, consider the following statements. 2 statements are there. We have to mark the incorrect one. Please check this. We have to mark the incorrect one. So dust leak, it is an annual bilateral exercise conducted between Indian Army and Uzbekistan Armed Forces. There is U here, so you should go for Uzbekistan. Is it? I don't know. So exercise focuses primarily on the maritime security and counter-piracy operations in Indian Ocean region. No idea. So why should Uzbekistan go for maritime security? Does it have any coastal line? So let's think. It's a bilateral. U finds a place here. I is also there. So Uzbekistan in India, dust leak. I think this is not Uzbekistan. Uzbekistan do not have some highly developed military forces or some operations. So I think Uzbekistan may not come into picture here. And any maritime, it should not be any maritime based on any maritime security, because there is no letter pointing to the maritime levels in this exercise dust leak. So this is confusing. So we will take both as incorrect. And 6th question, and the last question of today, which of the following is or are the significance of Raimona National Park? We don't know where it is. There are 3 statements here, and the options here, we will analyze the options here. We have to analyze the correct answer. So analyzing the option, 1 repeats 3 times, 2 repeats 3 times, 3 repeats only 2 times. So 3 should be mostly wrong. We will analyze the 3rd statement. It was the first area in India to be notified as a national park after independence. Raimona. I think this is Jim Corbett. After independence, is a clue here, but we don't know whether Raimona was the first one after independence. So let's take it as wrong from the option number of repetition here. We will take 3 as wrong. So 2 is automatically correct. It is a critical corridor for the movement of Asian elephants between Assam and Bhutan. Okay, that can be possible. It acts as a gateway to the Eastern Himalayan biodiversity hotspot. Then surely it should from Assam and Bhutan. So it should also serve as a gateway to Eastern Himalayan biodiversity hotspot. Automatically should serve that purpose. So we will mark it as A. So we will finish today's quiz. Let us see how many of them were correct. So only 2 went right here. Today's options was a bit difficult and questions was tough. So then again we have made 2 correct. So you are coming out with 2 marks where your 5 questions were unfamiliar to you and you came up with 2 marks. That's a good one, right? So okay, here 3 statements are correct. We marked only 1 as correct. So let us look first one. First one is incorrect. Our analysis was right. If DPIIT invests directly, then why should we consider private venture? So that one was right. Second statement is right. That our analysis regarding second statement was also correct. Third and fourth went wrong. Third we took as wrong because of this number, but this number was right this time. So that happens rarely, and we got it as wrong. Fourth was correct. We took that as a wrong statement because only those recognized by central government. So if it is recognized by state government, they won't get it. That's the thing here. Only the central government recognized startups will get it. Okay, I thought it to be an extreme statement. So this will go wrong anyway. There are 4 statements and our guess went wrong in the third and fourth statement. First and second statement we had guessed it right. Okay, let's move on to the second analysis. Here we all know, right? Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, he is a primary architect of Indian Constitution. So why should we look back again for that? And a pioneer of affirmative action, and this will be clarified in the second statement. Affirmative action in Article 17 to abolish untouchability and harmonized. This is a straightforward question. If you have knowledge, you can instantly mark this option A and go on. And the third question, we skipped it. Just look at the details and move on. And the fourth one is windfall tax. We marked only 1 as correct, but 2 statements are correct. Which are the 2 statements? The permanent corporate tax. This was wrong. We marked this as wrong, and this is actually wrong. It is a temporary and dynamic nature. Okay. And the second one, fortnightly basis, that is also right. And the third one is correct. Okay, it is special additional excise duty that we took it as wrong. SAED we took it as wrong, but since the petrol was missing from here, diesel and ATF, so petrol was missing. That's why we took that statement as wrong. But we shouldn't have done that. We should have analyzed this diesel and ATF, which is most moving fuels. That's for cargo, okay, and other goods and services related operations. So we should have analyzed it that way and marked it as right. So a mistake from our side. We didn't go deep to a deep analysis. That's the problem there. And the fifth question, exercise dust leak. So 2 is incorrect. Our analysis was right. So the first one was correct. Uzbekistan. We do have a cooperation with Uzbekistan. So our second analysis was right. Why should, if Uzbekistan is the party, so why should we cooperate them in Indian Ocean region and maritime security? Because they don't have a maritime border. That's why. And the sixth one, we made it right. See, we don't know what is Raimono Park and all, but we analyzed it from this option. 3 repeats only 2 times. That's the only reason we avoided 3. We don't know whether it is the first area to be notified under a national park after independence. So 3 repeats only 2 times, and 1 and 2 repeats 3 times. So we avoided 3. So since we removed 3, 2 is there in the answer. That is second statement is there in the answer. We have gone through the second statement then. It is a critical corridor for movement of Asian elephants between Assam and Bhutan. Okay, let it be a corridor between Assam and Bhutan, and we will analyze the first statement. Then it acts as a gateway to Eastern Himalaya biodiversity hotspot. If it comes between Assam and Bhutan, it should definitely act as a bridge to the Eastern Himalayan hotspot, biodiversity hotspot. So that's how we mark 1 and 2 only. So that's all about today's MCQs, students. So you have seen we have made 2 out of 5 correct. That's a very good performance where we don't know 5 questions and we made 2 questions right. So we are coming out with 2 marks. That's how you have to do it. You have to always keep a positive mark when you attempted 5 questions. You should not make it negative. That's our aim. And let's see you tomorrow. All the best.